age group sort of do like what we were doing. It's almost like it is kind of like people who live around this area, people who have similar friends. Everyone's just like seshing up, grilling a barbecue. It's like
but you're doing it earlier than us.
Yeah,
I'm like, no.
We were the pioneers.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
But no, I can see it. No, some people do feel like that. Some
No,
people are definitely.
Okay, that's a good point you raised.
Yeah,
there,
I mean,
because I disagree when say like some of the older people say when we were younger, we're like, oh, we already did that. We're the pioneers. You know what? I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah, 100%.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, so what?
Yeah. Oh no, 100%. No, I'm just like, wait. You invented it. Oh, fantastic. Very good. Like, we're just going to get better at a younger age. Do you get me? That's just how it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like your generation is going to be and do better things than our generation. That's just...
I mean, I'm sorry, my friend.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Like, that's just what it is, right?
Yeah,
so it's just like, man. But it's like, I don't know. To me, I feel like a generation that sees it through that way, I feel like it's like, oh, it sounds a bit insecure to me. You know
no, 100%.
You know what I mean?
You sound very bitter towards
Yeah.
potentially yourself, if anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if anything, you should be giving your flowers to the next generation, because like they're gonna be, living and growing in the same area as us, and they might, I don't know, it might be the fucking next prime minister or some shit. Like, you just never know.
You're meant to be sort of paving the way, at least dusting it off,
Exactly.
Make it a little bit clearer for them.
Exactly. But it's like, even like saying like, oh, I'm paving the way. But I know what you mean as well. I know what you mean. It's like, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally.
I'm paving the way for all you podcasters, don't worry. Yeah. First one in Sydney, baby. What are you saying? What are you saying? Talk to me. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Try and be funny after me. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. There's no episode for 2 weeks. No, but literally. No, I get you. No, 100%. It's just like, I mean, I said it before we started recording. It's just like, I've seen that many comedy podcasts, so I'm just like, look, I only compare myself to them. So if anything, I'm like, dude, I've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But the fact that not many people around me, like in Sydney parts of like, have even invested that much time in comedians podcasts, I'm like, look, I'm going to try my best to, at least show you this is a thing.
Yeah.
Some 15-year-old kid that maybe goes over my episode, I'm like, man, I could do this 20 times better. Let him do it. I'm all for it, baby. In fact, join please. Jump on please.
Join please.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm coming open arms.
Yeah.
People
100%.
think, I don't know.
That's crazy, bro. No, I completely agree, and I'm glad you see that difference. You know what I mean? Like, that generation who like says, oh, we're pioneering the way, but it's like, no, you're not.
I think it's kind of easy as well to kind of say what I'm saying though, because it's like, I think people get more successful creative specifically, if you connect with, like, if you make networks now. Because back then, maybe you had to fight for your own shit because it's more competitive or whatever. I don't know. I'm reaching. I've just heard this stuff.
No, you're
but,
right.
Now it's more networking, Now it's just like, oh yeah. I mean, heaps of people are fake. Don't get me started. They're like, oh yeah, like follow this guy's, like Instagram page, and just like this guy's like, oh, like all my posts right now, motherfucker. It's just like, shut up. I don't care for any of that. Like, how many promotions have you got from Instagram from some Russian woman? You're like, what?
Exactly, man.
Get out of my face. Yeah. But then some people will like dive in.
Yeah, man.
And it's just like, man.
100%. And, like, you can probably cut this off, but it's like, one of the reasons when you messaged me is I was just like, yo, I'm just going to pull up, because it's just like, I'm not here to like plug anything. I didn't drop any shit.
I mean, you can definitely plug. It makes my shit look more legit as well. If you plug something on, I'm like,
But it's like not coming in with like an agenda.
100%.
You feel me? Yeah. Because
I mean,
it's like,
if you've given enough time to TWG, you realize like does he give space for people to do that? I'm like, not really.
Exactly.
If you start showing off too much, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's weird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. So it's just like. It's like
right
finding
energy.
that balance. Yeah, exactly, bro. It's the right energy. Like, I think that's a better word than finding a balance. And it's like, it's like, I'm not coming here. Like, I just genuinely enjoy a conversation. You know what I mean? And it's And that's why when I was even talking to everyone, and then Abel pulled me to the side. It's like, yo, Billy's right there. Let me go introduce him. I'm like, we've already met, bro.
Yeah, I was like, what do you think Billy is, man?
You know what I mean? I was like, what are you talking about? Like, and I'm like, let me introduce you to him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
pull up with me right now.
Exactly. We all look the same, motherfucker. Literally, nah. I fucking
Holy
love that
shit. But yeah, you can cut that shit off. But it's like, bro, it's just...
Yeah, my thing is with TWG, like literally, the only thing is I'll cut the names if anything. But like that vibe in terms of like you meet the right people. And like for some reason it's instantly like, why am I close with you? But it's also because it's like, it's kind of rare to find people that are just like, look, whoa, I'm just trying to do my shit, but like I respect people that are also trying to do their shit. I don't know. Some people do it for the clout, man. I don't know. Is that it?
It's interesting, eh? Yeah, it's like,
is that the younger people or is that the older people? I
feel like it's interesting.
These are generalizations. Don't try to be too smart, baby.
Yeah.
As in, like, some people get stressed and like, fuck.
He
asked a really bad question. As in,
it's interesting. Like, I think it's a combination, eh? Like, combination of like older generation. I've seen people who are older than me, you know, and then younger than me as well, or my age, and it's just like, it's interesting. It's like it depends, man. I feel like it comes down to their experiences, what they've had, or their lack of experience, so to say. That's how I look at it.
No, 100%.
And I'm like, okay, there's something that was missing that you're trying to, fill with this.
Yeah, 100%.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like maybe it's like looking at it from like too much in the core level, but that's the lens I'm looking at.
You can't blanket term people. End of the day, you can't do it. I mean,
exactly.
like, I love trying. I love trying my best, but you just can't do it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And it's like, some of the stuff I see is like super surface level as well, and I'm like, that's cool. There's an audience for it as well. But I know what you mean. It's like sometimes it's like it comes across as like clout, and I'm like, okay, where is the content here? Like, what's the learning here? What are we providing?
And even then, you never know what they're trying to do as well. Maybe this is like, this is the money post, baby. Like, I'm sorry, everybody. This is the money post. Like, everyone's gonna see it. Everyone's gonna flex, and it's just like, I don't know, man.
It's interesting.
That's the only thing, man. If like, obviously, you invest this much into fucking equipment because you're like, alright, Bill, at least 5 years, at least put in some work.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Then I look at the mics, I'm like, I fucking hate them already, And I'm like, these are too chonky. These are in the face. Look, this is just in your face out of nowhere, and I'm just like, fuck. You see all the ones you see the ones with the mics that like kind of the arms like attached to the table. It's like moving them around.
Yes. Like the ones on Joe Rogan.
Pod arms. Yeah, I don't know what they are. Yeah, literally that.
Oh yeah, what do you call them? Pod arms.
Mic arms or whatever.
Interesting names.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly that.
I like it.
Could have made it up as well. I really don't know. But like, oh, dude, it's just, I'm already annoyed. So if someone wants these, do a trade, let me know.
Yeah.
Trade deals. I'm all about it.
Trade deals. Nah, I love it, man. I love it. But look, it's like you've got a nice setup here anyway. You got all the fucking connections here. Like,
hey, don't say too much. Yeah, it looks nice and pristine down there, right? Yeah, it looks nice and orderly.
Yeah.
My best compliment is like, oh, dude, it looks way bigger on camera. I'm like, keep it that way, yeah.
As I like that.
Yeah. You think this is like? You think I'm not trying to do that? Yeah. Like I haven't seen my fucking bedroom, dude. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, some people. Some people just want to give you an opinion, and I'm like, okay, like, all right, I get it.
I get it, man.
Yeah, as in like, you don't think, okay, yeah, I was stupid. Yeah, my bad. I get you, man. Oh.
Let's get crazy and try to get better. We're gonna hit. This is the worst generation.
Welcome. This is TWG, the worst generation. It's back again like the best kind of rash you have, yeah? Can't classify as a birthmark though, as they don't disappear some weeks. This is just me reverse jinxing myself though, you know what I'm saying? As the eps and the schedule almost looks too promising to be true, Today's guest, as they always are, is a blessing to have. He's probably the best looking version of the brown guy with glasses model.
Shut the fuck up.
So hopefully he has tips for his fellow previous updates in regards to improved facial hair growth and how to prep life in your 35s, you know what I'm saying?
Get the fuck out.
I can't just fucking compliment you the whole time, cunt. What do you think this is? He actually started smiling and shit. Get out of here. Look, he's not that old. I just can't help it, But I am curious for his opinion on the younger generations, From seeing his own youngins, family friends in Lanka.
Young bloods.
Yeah, them youngins, man, saying like in Lanka, holding hands with his ma, going to school and that. To then, having some bag talk with the guy 15 years later. I'm going to have to bleep that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, as in,
oh my God.
He told me that and then I was like, you guys knew each other back then?
What a surprise.
You're just like...
Bro, that's crazy you brought it up. That's crazy.
Yeah, as in, we'll get into it. Man doesn't appreciate the intro. Yeah, that's crazy.
My bad.
I'm kidding. I'm talking shit.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm trying not to get bashed. Yeah. Look. Maybe I'm specifically curious because this guy's also playing around with his creative side for the sake of his own good, using videography and content creation for all the heartwarmingly right reasons. Yet still can sit here and shoot the shits with Nandan. You know what I'm saying? He literally can still sit here. It's Deeshan today. How are we, sir?
Thanks for having me, bro.
That's
I'm
it?
good, man. Chilling.
Any problems with that intro? Did I? Man ain't 35. I just had to say it. You know what I'm
ain't
saying?
35 for sure.
Yeah, as in, you had 9 years like that. You can do that like that. Shit.
Like 3 years older than you.
Yeah, as in, dude,
I love it.
I feel like I didn't even develop sometimes in year 12. I feel like it's weird. It's so fucked up. I don't know. Did you well, how long have you had like this pristine situation going on?
My beard.
The beard, yeah.
bro,
As in no patches in that.
No, no. I don't have any patches, but it's been
Well, we know, bro.
Yeah,
Thanks. Thanks for that. Yeah.
It's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. Like
How many years?
I can't remember the last time I don't know how I look clean shaved anymore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could say the same thing with my mustache, bro. But as in, like, yeah, dude, I don't know. I thought, like, because I tried growing a beard back then. Everyone does try.
Like, you can't grow it? Is it patchy or what?
As in, everyone has their flaws, and like you've got the shape and everything.
Yeah,
so
I've got this shape.
So I'm like, this is some fucking bullshit, man. Because I get this bad boy,
Yeah.
but then the cheeks don't fill. Were you one of those, like, did you end up getting it's not Manscaped, like Copenhagen grooming or some bullshit?
But, like,
that
what's
men's it was like Instagram sponsored ads or some
Bro.
shit. I don't know.
Bro, you went into some deep research about this.
Bro, the internet did it for me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice. Instagram's on me, and I'm like, maybe I need it. But literally, but you haven't heard everyone. My guys have heard it for sure, but no. So you literally just natural shit.
No, I just kept shaving, bro.
Kept shaving,
Yeah,
literally that.
Because I went to Morris Parramatta.
Okay.
No, not
Yeah,
Parramatta.
yeah.
Like my brother goes to Parramatta. I went to Morris North Shore in North Sydney.
Sure. Is that all boys or what's all boys
Yeah,
as
it's all
well?
boys,
Or-
all boys, yeah.
Okay,
But
yeah.
it's like they fucking make you shave there.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
straight away, every
Yeah,
single
straight
time.
away,
Yeah.
man. So it's like I'm like shaving.
You started
daily,
early.
you know what I mean?
It's
Like-
like, these motherfuckers are making me work. Yeah.
Legit. But
Some
then
guys doing it.
I can't even remember when it started growing for me.
That's some
It's just-
bullshit. I was
yeah,
hoping
bro.
for some tips for us fellas, but I guess we continue.
I don't know, bro. Use some fucking coconut oil.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Hey,
like
I thought
the
it was
brown
gonna. I
wash,
thought it
you
was.
know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like the brown wash.
Exactly. There's always a remedy somewhere. There's always What's that? Audicologne? What's the fucking? What's the white name for it? God's fiction. That's that. I have no idea.
Fucking call it eau de
That's like multi-purpose. Like does everything. I have no idea. Literally,
Like you put it on your armpits. You know what I mean?
when I'm editing, I'm gonna have to type into Google like eau de cologne, like to spell it different, just to find out the white way of. Not
Bro,
the
you
white
know how
way.
there's like a brown way of like we refer to brands as like the actual product name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why do we do that? Like, where did it start from? Like, some motherfucker was like, "I'm too lazy to find out what this is."
What this is, but what are those fucking candles that we have? We had the candles and the incense sticks and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
my
Oh
god,
my-
literally. Oh man, I
That's
love our culture.
crazy.
I love our culture, man.
I have no idea where that originated.
But you are Tamil, right? I've been saying some
I'm
Tamil
Tamil,
things
yeah,
out of
yeah.
nowhere. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no, I'm
Honestly,
Tamil,
that's my best way of doing it. I just assume. I look at relatively dark skinned guys. I'm like, you know that?
Yeah.
And he's like, everybody, and that's it, sorted. Yeah.
Can you
Yeah, I'm a phrase guy. So like, and the thing is, I think, and I can understand it and everything.
Yeah.
So as soon as I walk into an actual Tamil speaking group,
Yeah.
they instantly know, oh, this guy
Yeah.
guy understands. He's just talking shit. But
No, I struggle to have like just deep conversations in Tamil.
that's the thing.
You know what I mean? Like, surface
Exactly.
level, I'm able to like
Yeah,
converse.
100%. Yeah.
But when they start using like words and shit, I'm like, bro, wait a minute, what does that?
Yeah.
What does that mean again? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. You know, this is the thing as well. I don't know if I mentioned it on the language pod I did ages ago with Veds, but it's like you know how like you can be, because we've learned English our whole life, right? So we're fluent and against like proper conversation. You can use like empathy techniques and all that stuff, whatever you want. Yeah, you can use all that within English, right? And then there are people that have learned like 7 languages, right? And they're like, oh yeah, it's amazing for it and this, that. I'm like, can you use any of those languages to that extent though? Is that a thing? Is that ever a thing? This is me just also being salty because I don't know any language. But do you get me? Is that like a...
So when you say it to the full extent, like,
Are you showing off when you have 18 languages? You know what I'm saying?
got you,
When you
got
want,
you.
when you don't have enough friends, but you're doing too many classes on what is it? Linguistic? What is that fucking? Duolingo. That's the
yeah,
one. When you're doing,
that's it.
yeah. I don't know. I'm just talking about
it's,
shit.
it's interesting. I look at, have you watched the movie Arrival?
No, I'm terrible with these. I'm sorry,
Bro,
man.
I think it's like a good depiction of like, okay, if an alien does visit fucking Earth, or
Yeah.
like not an invasion, but if they do visit Earth, what's a realistic way of portraying it, right? And then they touch on like the whole movie is like them just figuring out their language and they're trying to communicate.
Yeah.
And these guys, the government brings in like what do you call them? People who study languages.
Oh, duolinguists.
Yeah,
Man, that's the
like they're bringing like fucking uni lecturers and shit.
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
They're like trying to like decipher like their alien language. And then it's interesting. Like the point of the story is she says like this theory. I forgot what it was, but she was like, oh, the amount of languages you know allows you to critically think in an expanded way because you know multiple languages.
Yeah, definitely.
You know
My
what I
thing
mean?
is, and you also know different cultures as well. It's not just a language, you know.
Interesting.
Exactly. Like even the sense of humor is different in like different languages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're right. Ideally, they're all linked together, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
culture,
Yeah.
language,
Yeah.
religion. Even,
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I mean, I'm just disputing my own like argument, but I put it out there in the first place. You know, you got to put it out there. No, that's 100% facts. Yeah. Yeah, because there are issues everywhere.
Yeah, man.
Everyone can fight for some sort of issue. Like everyone's got some sort of issue. So it's kind of just like, it's kind of like, is it a LeBron situation where you speak about some Chinese things that because LeBron, I mean, this guy looking like a cat motherfucker recently. Like this guy thinks he's like Black Jesus. I mean, you're good on the court, my friend.
Yeah.
But like you are obviously capping if you're gonna go after a successful result for your community, right?
Yes.
The Derek Chauvin what is it, sentence or whatever? Yeah. And then you go and post a picture of the next white cop, and the case was not as like clear as night, clear as night, even fucking stupid.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It wasn't as clear as day, but it was still fucked up, obviously. But you could go and just post a picture of someone on Twitter and be like, "You're next."
Yeah.
You don't do that, but it's also just like, does everyone just stick in their own lane? Do they do a Zlatan, like shut up and dribble? You know, it's just like
interesting.
It's so
interesting. I do agree with you about Braun. It's like I
man does
love,
too much.
I love
Everyone loves him. I
Yeah.
want to love
You
the
know what
guy.
I mean?
You know,
Exactly. And look, I'll say it. Like when he first came to LA, I'm like, this is not a good move.
Yeah.
Because I'm a
Basketball
LA fan.
wise? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
sure,
a LA
sure.
fan. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Lakers. Like I'm like, so when LeBron was coming in, I'm like, is this the right move? My guy's going to be what, 33, 34?
Yeah, he's definitely older now. Yeah,
And
you're getting that commercial Bron move.
Exactly.
But,
I
yeah.
saw it from a commercial
Yeah,
angle.
yeah.
But I'm like, look, we won the chip, and I'm grateful for it. You know,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah.
It's great for the city as well.
Yeah.
And we got AD long term.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
You don't just pull him without
Exactly.
LBJ.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
exactly,
I
yeah.
get it. I get
Yeah.
it. But you're right, man. It just in the social stands, it's like when do you go, okay, what are we doing now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's interesting, eh? It's interesting. It's
I mean, I feel like it's nice to think. I mean, these are things that we should be thinking about if we've been given a fucking nice platform like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, maybe it's because I've watched too many animes, but like they always have some like beautiful ass thing, like the strong like are strong because they have to help the weak, and you're like, God damn it, man! Like in Japanese, this sounds so goddamn powerful.
Yeah.
Like it's just like English doesn't sound as nice. It sounds corny. Yeah. Japanese, you're like, oh, you know, I'm gonna help the fucking weak. Yeah. It's just like, so I feel like it is one of them ones. Like, you know, I watch more anime. They have nice morals and shit everywhere. But yeah, no. Anyways,
No, I know what you mean. It's like, like sometimes when Braun tweets, I'm like, bro, I love the cringe part of it. You know.
of course, as an this is all entertainment as well. You know what I'm saying?
And exactly. So when he does the socials things, and I'm going, is this part of entertainment? Do you know what I mean? That's the I can't differentiate.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. You know, whereas like say, you know, you look at like historical figures like Ali.
Yeah.
When, you know, like when they asked him to go to war and stuff, he was like, nah, and they took his belts off, and then he literally, you know, had to sacrifice his boxing career at the peak of his prime.
Yeah.
And
For
to
his
me,
message,
that is,
Yeah.
you know, someone who's a
He
social
stood for
justice
something.
warrior.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you were to term it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's like, you know, even though it's going to affect your bag, you're like, nah, I'm going to stand for what I stand.
I have to stand for something, sort of
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
You know, whereas these guys, and I get it, and it's like
different world as well now.
Different
There's
world,
more
exactly.
shit. Yeah.
Exactly,
But
man.
if we're gonna talk our shit, these guys don't really believe in much anymore.
yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, like, thing is, like, look, I've said it before in the episode. Like, there are different types of people. Like, I'm mostly trying to, you know, make people laugh, but I'm still a dickhead. And you guys have known this already. But like, there are people that like want to help instantly and all that, right?
Yeah.
What was I going with that?
Don't worry about that.
It's because I had to reset the camera
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah,
It's
no, I
like
know what you-
logistics.
you lost your stream of thought.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
like, it wasn't, I'm not unprofessional, right? That's so weird.
Yo,
This guy.
you're fucking funny, bro.
Nah, fuck out of here, man. I don't want that bullshit either. I don't want that shit. But
No. I'm dead ass.
I wanna mention something though, because I did mention the thing that we all This is also a shout out to Flagrant 2 as well, so don't fucking come for me.
Oh,
yeah?
fuck yeah.
But like I mentioned how, you know, some of us look all the fucking same, right?
Yeah.
Like, but it's also it goes a little bit more than that. They literally mentioned how like social media makes us realize like, damn it, most of us, like, first of all, most of us have lived some of the same lives of us, like in some of those childhood memes and all that. Like, damn it,
Yeah.
100,000 people relate. I thought it was just me, you know. But it's also like that's cool. That's kind of nice. That part of things. But it's also like we really thought we were special before, and now we realize we're all just fucking ants. I think. Do you feel like that ever or?
Yeah. No, for sure. You feel like foot soldiers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Especially all this COVID stuff where you're just
man.
like, form a line for the Pfizer, AstraZeneca. Like, do you get me? Like, if you're not 55, back of the line again, Junior.
Yes.
It's just like, God damn, I can't do anything about this.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
How do you feel about this? Oh, sorry, continue.
No.
continue.
What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say, how do you feel about this next restriction thingy? Has it affected any sort of things for you or no?
Not really, bro.
Yeah, has
To
it
be
been
hon-
streamlined, COVID?
Yeah, I feel like, look, I'm looking at it like other countries and shit, and I'm like, look, we are fairly, I mean, not fairly, we're very bloody lucky. How the situation played out for us, right? Now, you know, how the government handled it and all that, that's a whole nother conversation, I feel. But just in general, how the whole thing
In terms of
played
how
out.
it turned out.
Exactly. It was I think we were lucky in that sense. But also, man, like, I like chilling at home. You know what I mean? You know,
I don't want to
bro,
change.
I had so much time to just sit down and edit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh my god! Like
Yeah,
everything
it's-
is slowed down.
100%.
I can just sit down, put some music, have a glass of wine, and just get into a flow.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like that part about COVID. Now keep in mind, people lost their jobs, people lost families. You know, like
People gained
Yeah.
job seeker, baby. Come on. Come on.
You know what I mean?
Some of you homeless motherfuckers I've never seen you so happy, you know what I'm saying? So let's keep moving. Like,
You know what I
there's
mean?
positives to this as well.
Definitely. So you know, it was just chill, man. It was calm. For sure.
It was There's definitely two ways to look at it. It's either
Yeah,
you can either be negative or you're like, I've got so much time,
Like,
much energy.
let's do something with this. Like,
Let's
build
potentially do something,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
man.
You realize no one really cares that much, like actually cares about anyone apart from themselves. And it's, apart from, can we mention that? I think I've mentioned it before. One of my mates, like, he mentioned how, like, fresh out of uni, he, like, does coding. I mean, no, fuck it, it's a big thing. So I won't mention his name. But, like, out of uni, he's, like, just, like, one of those guys that wants to change the world. And it's just, like, in like, everyone wants to change the world. Sometimes for selfish reasons. Sometimes it's, like, really? Like, it's like hard to believe almost. It's like this guy fresh out of high school was like, I want to fucking, he's got a bit of coding to him. Maybe he's done a bit of fucking HTML or something. I don't fucking know. He's done a bit more, sorry. But like, he's just like, I want to fucking fix like cerebral palsy, you know? I want to like fix like certain things, or like I want to make their, like, not fix it, but like I want to make it more streamlined for them, make it like give them more of a chance. And I'm just like, dude, I've like smoked 2 cones at Oaks just then. Like, I was like, what are we gonna do right now? And it's just like, but then you realize, like, so like I thought of it as like, because for me, I'm kind of like, I'm trying to do my direction, and then like maybe when I've got something to me, I'll help someone. You know, maybe I've got something to me, but right now I need all the help I can get. You know, like I'm trying to help me as much as I can. But then there's
100%.
some, as in like definitely more people than I think will relate, where they're just like, we've been given this platform, and then instantly as a kid they're like, I need to help.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like that as well. You've started, like, you did political science.
Yeah, I did political science.
So like, did you know, like, why'd you get into that from like high school? Is that like
Interesting.
I just did sport because, you know, gym bro. Yeah,
Gym bro.
yeah. So it's like that's very simple.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I think for me it was like just growing up in Sri Lanka. I think that's
How many years in Sri Lanka?
Oh, bro, I want to say like
When'd you bounce?
I bounced 08.
Oh wait,
Yeah, like end of 08.
Shit, you were
start of like 09.
that's like year 16. You were like year 12.
Yeah.
You were 12 years
I
old
was
or
like,
around that. Yeah.
Very conscious age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
bounced, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Then fair enough. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a different age, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a very conscious age, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. So
100%.
when I pulled up, I'm like, okay, I've always wanted. I think even if I stayed there, I would have, you know,
Tried to
done
make a
some sort of
movement.
political
Yeah.
science degree there anyway. And I think I originally wanted to go into like teaching and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have sort of gone into that pathway. And it's so weird because now I'm kind of back into that original plan. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah.
So
Full circle type.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Things did come back in full circle. But hey, you know, I'm chilling because this is like I'm also looking beyond what I'm currently working as well.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like again, we spoke about it earlier. So not putting a ceiling on yourself. You know,
Yeah.
just like continuing to just like work, bro. You know, focus on the now and then just go from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We're all kind of like we're at the age or like you're already in it and like. The boys like after that uni degree, it's like that. Oh, we just kind of have to work to like build up our resources right now. Like I can't really see you guys as often as I was, just because we were playing around in uni. Like I definitely was, but then like after that, you kind of just like, oh, like I can't buy a house now, and I probably can't buy one next year. So I need to do this for like 5 years and then think about that.
Yeah.
So there's that window, right?
Yeah.
And then I feel like you might have checklists before and after those windows, or in each of those windows, really.
Sure.
So like for me, I'm kind of like, I've got that one thing where, I mean, some people have saved up, they've already got that like first homeowner thing, and I'm like, God damn, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But for me,
Yeah,
it's
good on
like,
them.
you want to, I'm in that like first window where it's like, okay, the last thing I want to do before I start all that grind. And this is the thing, like my age is going to be different for your age for this as well, right?
Sure.
But it's like, I'm at the stage where I'm like, I still want to save up enough money to make sure I can afford a ticket to England and then afford the season ticket for the, do you get me? Like for the city season.
You're gonna go something serious.
Oh, no. Wow, this motherfucker. Seriously? Okay, yes. If we're going to talk shit about our causes now, I mean, let's go. You started the wrong guy, man. No, as in I've got no heart, my friend. No, but like, no, hey, that shit's my bread and butter. I love that shit. So like, literally, I would have like, because like, as long as I can afford maybe a month or two accommodation,
Facts.
I need to do that just because, you know, I'll learn some stuff there as well. But
Yeah,
like,
man.
that's that last bit of maybe like that kid dream or some shit.
Sure.
And then it's like, is my story over, or is it like, do I have to work on a legacy or some shit, you know?
Facts.
Some crazy ass shit like that, eh?
No, I respect that.
Do you get me? Because
yeah.
we've been given a nice story this whole time.
Yeah,
I've been like,
man.
oh yeah, maybe half of my story I've been reading, and like, man, this guy
Yeah,
smokes
man.
a lot of weed.
Yeah.
But like, apart from like, it's like only weed for like the whole chapter. Sure.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, you get to a point where you're like, okay, do I have to start planning like the next guy's story? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like,
I know what you
and
mean.
like building a legacy and all that stuff.
Yeah. I know.
I watch too many podcasts with these cool cunts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy.
I know.
Talking about legacies and shit right
yeah.
now.
Oh, bro, I love it.
I don't know.
Because I feel like it's interesting because like just to touch on the why I did political science. Some of the core units were like critical thinking, like philosophy, global politics, and the lectures were like just discussions.
Yeah.
Like you never learned anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I traveled, I was appreciating travel and just like conversations over there. And then like conversations
100%.
would be like around politics, around like culture, around like language, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And then it's like when you talk to people in that medium,
Yeah.
in a conversational way, it's different.
Oh, 100% different.
You know what I mean?
1000% different. It's authentic,
And
first
like
of
you
all,
learn
yeah.
things about like, I'm just like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
wait, I didn't fucking know this.
This wasn't in the book.
Yeah, this wasn't in the book.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like, I remember, and this is a bit sidetracking. I remember when we were in Cusco in Peru, we were like,
Peru, yeah.
have you been to Peru?
Nah, that
Bro,
sounds good. South America,
fucking-
I really would love to go, yeah.
Highly fucking recommended.
Yeah.
I remember when we went there, like the way it's interesting, man. Like I look at like the architecture of like communities. They have like small houses, and then they have like a big space in the middle for people to like come and just chill, like in the arvo.
That's fucking mad.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then there will be like these churches, these big ass, huge churches around.
Yeah.
And people would go to this church, come back, chill, and it's like a real vibe there, right?
Interesting. Yeah.
But then the churches would have like entry fees.
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
this reminds me of the India stuff now as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I'm going, wait a minute, I've never seen like a church with like entry fees.
This is like what?
A church or any religious.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because I
At
don't
the time,
know.
yeah.
At the time. And then, so I go to the church and, I'm just like conversing with like the church dude there, just, talking about like South America, politics, whatever, this and that. And then I go, hey, bro, so like, where do all this money go?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, it goes straight to the Vatican. I'm like, wow. Interesting. And I'm going, so there's a whole entry fee revenue going back to Vatican when I'm immediately went, wait, this at least part of it or part of a percent can be redistributed
back
to the community.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. You know, so
yeah, 100%.
so it's like that's what sort of, you know, the degree sort of did to me in terms of like conversationally. I was able to just like branch out into different. You gave me options.
100%.
You feel me?
100%. Yeah.
And I really enjoy that as well, man.
Yeah.
So,
No,
sure.
I mean, like 100%. I mean, it's kind of like, it's sad, like realizing, oh, the charity doesn't fully go towards the charity, but it's like oh, the world works like this.
Exactly.
It's just like, I mean, you don't
Exactly.
like, yeah, it's
It was
one
like
of
a
those
shift in
reality check.
understanding. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my goodness, I live in this.
Exactly.
It's just like, hey, I just have to work like this. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you start to realize, okay, rather than changing the system, work with the system.
Yeah,
You know,
for now,
within the
exactly, yeah, exactly. I mean, like, unless you're some sort of don,
Yeah.
with your, I don't know what the hell you're gonna do, but like, suss out the gaps, and there's always going to be gaps somewhere where
There's
you
always
can
gonna be gaps,
work
man.
around, play around, and you're like, man, these guys are doing too much. Like, hey, it's in your rules, we can do it. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. It's one of those ones. Talking about how some of us are just like sheep in terms of like we're all the same fucking person and all that shit.
Legacies.
Like, oh, baby, bish bash bosh. That's
Hey,
the one.
back into that legacy
That's
talk.
it. Yeah,
Talk
yeah,
your
yeah.
talk, boy.
That's it, boy. that's the thing. I mean, like,
Legacy.
because they've built up a fucking beautiful platform, you know?
Yeah.
The Rents have built up a nice platform where
man.
they moved to a country where they didn't necessarily know the language and like culture and all that. And then they built up like all this very nicely to the point where I'm like, okay, I could go back to the motherland and then learn that culture as well. And obviously I'll have it way easier than them because they came from struggle to this versus me coming from like super comfort to, you know, dip my toes in it or some shit. Do you get me?
Sure.
So
I
it's
get
an
you.
easier transition, and it's also like, let me put back.
Yeah, man.
So it should be like some sort of like cycle.
Man.
That's how I think. And also legacies, as in like you should realize like it's not about you. As in like, some people should have some principle to them. You know, some people are like, oh no, I want my name to be. I'm like, nah, I just want some sort of like intangible thing to be better or something. As in like make some sort of movement, pave some sort of path. I don't know. I feel like people
I
believe in
agree
their
with
name
that.
too much, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, the name, as in like obviously everyone's like, you should be proud of your own identity and everything, but it's just like, we're all one fucking ant.
Yeah,
we're all
man.
one person.
We're
but
all
imagine
one, like sapien.
Yeah, but
You know what I
imagine like fighting for a like intangible cause. That is one cause that affects thousands, hundreds of thousands. Do you know? Versus me, just versus me. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like some people don't think like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and it's interesting you mentioned like, oh, do I start to write my second story? And it's like I was there, you know, when I was like, you know, in the early 20s, and I'm going, wait a minute, like there's different chapters. It doesn't have to be a completely different story because I have to start from like the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also keep in mind to give like another perspective is like, you know, it takes courage to have a beginner's mindset in anything you do. You know what I mean?
100%. Coming open-minded is a huge thing.
Exactly. So that having that with that mindset, you know, you're writing a different chapter. I feel. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
So that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And I can only speak from my experience, right? So,
That's exactly it. No, that's literally, it's the aging stage. Everyone has different like stages for their ages and all that. And it's like, look, a stage of your life is also getting drunk as fuck and passing out. It's like, don't get it twisted. Like, we aren't some gurus or some shit. Like, As in, like, why am I like this? as in, like, what's going on? I didn't grow up. Okay, that's fine. So it's just like, you got to do that to know. Youngin's too quick for him. Boy, I'm kidding. I'm too much.
I love it. I love it. But what were we saying? I forgot.
You
I
know what? Exactly. I've realized like you can either have a deep conversation or you can kill it like that. With
I love it, man. I love it.
Unfortunately, I have that guy.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, he's trying his fucking new material.
If it didn't work today, I'm trying it tomorrow.
How are you? Like, are you culturally in touch?
I reckon I'm definitely going towards that now. Like, if anything, I mean, not everyone, but I think. I mean, definitely, are we first generation immigrant kids? I think that's how it is. I'm not too sure how we call us, but as we're like younger, I feel like it's just like, no, I'm just trying to like, you know, fit in your circles. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, I'm comfy in my own skin, so I'm like, maybe I've got more depth than I really do. Do you get me? So I'm just like, so let me learn. Because I mean, like, I don't want to get too deep already, but like our kind of culture is kind of dying out in our own home country as well. So it's kind of like, I mean, obviously, my thing is, I mean. Okay, from a TWG where like there are so many successful Tamils that have migrated from Sri Lanka, right? That will end up being like a successful horde somewhere in Canada and will raid some other country. Do you get me? As in like, that's my bullshit way of saying, but it's also like, Is that kind of a thing in terms of like obviously there's going to be like the culture won't die out. There are so many tumbles around the world. Like we're populated in like the big countries, or not even like another third world country. We go to like Canada, heaps here, heaps in like what is it, US probably as well. Everywhere. We're everywhere. We're everywhere but our own country. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that like? Do you ever think, because my thing is, I mean, I'm the guy that also says when I see too many Instagram stories about like, oh yeah, fight this, fight that. And I'm like, look, you don't even like, what do you like, do you get me?
Yes,
Can I say this? Can I say, as in like,
of course.
you're saying it like,
Bro,
you're doing it for yourself. You're justifying it for yourself.
Yeah.
You're putting out stuff that you know your audience isn't even there for. Like, low-key, they're there for you in your bikini pics, darling. But like, do you get me? As in like, obviously I understand exposure. I understand that.
No, I get you.
But some people are like just the SJWs with it.
Yeah, man. No, I get you, bro. I get you. Because, like, to link it, I think, so on my final year, because I did, like, political science, as I told you before, my final thesis was, like, on the Civil War. But I focused on post-war.
Yeah.
What's happening like post-war.
Yeah.
What are the actions and policies that are in place right now? Like what's happening?
What's happened after the war?
Because
like,
it's like, I completely get you. There's a whole bunch of awareness, and you're right. It's like a fine line. There are pros and cons.
Yeah.
But you need to address the cons as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
You're right. Yeah.
so to say, I hate to say the work culture, but you know, it's made us sensitive in a way. You know, like you're not able to
expand.
You know what I mean? Like you're not able to speak. And the best example, like I always try to refer like a comedian. I think of Andrew Schultz. You know what I mean?
Guy. Yeah.
I love.
Don't copyright me. I'm sure I've mentioned you a few times. Yeah. But yeah.
Excuse me. To him, to me, I feel like the way he like addresses uncomfortable topics through humor. And he's almost normalizing it. It's like, okay, you can have a fucking conversation.
You can talk about this
know
stuff.
What I mean? So
yes.
Just to tie it back into this, that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
you know?
that's low key. Yeah.
I feel like as brown people, especially if we were to have that conversation, like you just have to. You have to address the pros and cons here, and we need to figure out, okay, is there a way we can take action right now? Like right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like everyone.
That's my thing with it. Exactly that. It's just like sometimes. See, I'm almost the polar opposite of the people that post too much, and sometimes because and I'm saying I'm a negative as well. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not big enough. I'm not gonna do anything. And I know hella people relate to that as well. As in that it's like, oh, if their posts annoy, not even annoy, they don't annoy me, but like you gave me that, I don't care for their posts, so therefore I'm not even gonna post. But it's also like in my head, I'm like, look, I'll make jokes and I'll do all that until enough people will listen to me, and then maybe when I'm bigger, then I'll do that maybe Schultzy thing. I'll bring up stuff where I'm like, hey, you know, this shit's kind of fucked up back there. Like, it's really fucked up. And at least I won't have, 200 people listening. It'll be like a goddamn, a small island or some shit. Do you get me? It's like, there's a difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you're being a perfectionist at that time as well.
Yes.
You're being, exactly. Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's interesting.
Exposure's so weird. Everyone wants to be like judging people for doing this, judging people for doing that. I'm doing it right now, baby. It's just
Exactly, man. And it's like, I don't know, like just to tie it earlier, what you said, we're all over the country and, the culture is everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like, the culture is there, but I think the identity is lost. I think that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, when I look around, just globally in general, like I'm like, there's something like the identity part is missing because we're 100%. Not, like if we were to get real, like we're witnessing some sort of cleansing right now, like just in front of our eyes at the moment. And that's the truth, right?
Yeah.
That's the truth. So it's like, there's no like propaganda talk here, but that's just what's happening right now. But at the same time, I see you as well. What is the next step for us? Like, what can we do as can we all fucking form together, form like this big organization like the UN or some shit? Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? Like,
so can you replace existing things as like, just because we have the intention?
Yep.
Sometimes things are so built up like these UNs and like, see, I don't know any of this, please come on and educate my guy. Yeah, but like literally it's just like, some of these like institutions are built up on just like prestige or some sort of like family bullshit or something. But you just like imagine, because like the government in Sri Lanka is like half family based, isn't it?
Exactly,
some bullshit like that. So it's just like, how do you even replace networks? So it's just like, I mean, I'm coming at like, you can always question these things, but it's also just like, as people that have access to media, it's kind of like, make sure people are in touch,
Yes.
Make sure you bring it up. You can bring it up how you want, but don't, I mean, I guess, not even don't. I guess everyone has a different responsibility.
Yeah, no, exactly, man. It's such a the fine balance. Like I always struggle with finding that fine balance because sometimes I go, oh, wait a minute, like this is too objective, but I'm going, wait, but this is too biased. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it's super interesting. And like a good example is
you need to put a message across.
Exactly. Like when I was writing my thesis, I remember I was talking about how there wasn't any action from the government, but all the NGOs took responsibility and were helping the communities, in the north or the war affected areas. But the challenges were, there wasn't real data. Like, there wasn't any way of us seeing what was happening, how bad it was.
How bad, the extent,
you know
exactly
what I mean?
that.
And then it's just like, okay, like what can we do? You know what I mean? And I remember I was writing about it, and for every thesis you have a supervisor, right? And my supervisor was a Sri Lankan teacher.
Wow!
And when I first wrote it, it's so interesting. I had like some crazy conversations with her just regarding the information and research.
Yeah.
And she was I can't. She was Sri Lankan, but I'm not sure what language she was.
Sure. Yeah.
But she was very objective. I was very appreciative of that.
Of course.
Because, she could have been like, nah, this is too biased.
I mean, she's much older, I'm assuming.
Yeah. No, she was. I think I want to say
Actually, you know what? No, that's even cap as well. Because like, I mean, I do see younger people trying to be like some groups being like, oh yeah, fuck the other side,
Yeah, man.
And this was like, you're hilarious, my friend. Lads, and like, what are we doing here?
Exactly.
But also, some of the older people are also like that as well. Some people, but they're more mental with it.
Yeah.
They're more just like, I'm not gonna.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, bro, the us versus them is so interesting to me because I'm like, they are still us. You know what I mean?
It's just like, what are we like?
It's like,
do we not look pretty similar? Like, do we guys?
Oh man, it's so interesting. It's because I went to school in Sri Lanka.
Yeah. I want to talk about this. Yeah,
and then fucking.
I mean, there's a big bleep.
Yeah.
I mentioned it yesterday. It's like bleep it every time. Yeah. Exactly.
And you're going to school with Muslim Sri Lankans, you're going to school with Buddhist Sri Lankans, Hindu Sri Lankans, atheist Sri Lankans.
God damn, I didn't even know there's that many options.
Yeah, you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, and plus I went to a co-ed school there when I was younger, so it's like you're meeting different people, different families, families, your school friends' families become family friends, and
that's exactly how it works. Yeah,
exactly, and it's a beautiful community, right? And I'm going when I come here, and I'm like, oh wow, it's just one side of the community here.
Yeah,
like,
it's like small.
It's not together.
Yeah.
But I also understand that as well, right? Just to look at it from their lens, it's like they've escaped the war here, just like I did. And, this is where they've built their lives on, right? And then now they've had kids, and their kids are growing up to build a better life.
Yeah.
So I get that as well.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I'm kind of like, oh man, it's such a complicated place.
It genuinely is. Yeah. I think about this shit, and then like,